Hi everyone, welcome back to Economics by Arsha, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing choice and opportunity cost. Now in this video I'm only going to be giving a few examples on opportunity cost because this is more of an introduction video. So if you want examples that are more numerical, then you're going to have to wait until I publish my video with production possibility curves. So, what is choice? Well, if you were watching my previous videos, I have mentioned that our planet has a finite number of resources, but as humans have an infinite number of needs and wants. Choice is similar. Us people have finite incomes, but an infinite number of needs and wants. So, choice is deciding how we're going to allocate our finite incomes in order to meet our infinite number of needs and wants. So, when we're doing this, we come across a bunch of alternative options that we must choose against. This is where opportunity cost comes in. Opportunity cost in economics terms is defined as the next best alternative foregone when an economic decision is made. In simple terms, this really just means what you give up in order to have something else. Let me give a personal example. Recently, when I went to a mall, I only had a certain amount of money in my pocket, a finite amount of money, but an infinite number of needs and wants for the clothes that I wanted to buy. When I looked around, there were a numerous number of shops and brands that I could choose from. But looking at the money in my pocket, I was given two alternatives. Either I could go to a more affordable brand and buy a greater number of clothes, or a pricier one and buy a fewer number of clothes. This is where opportunity cost comes in. When weighing two options, I chose the more affordable brand. Therefore, I could buy a greater number of clothes. So, the next best alternative that was foregone was the more expensive brand, and the decision that I made for this to happen was to choose a more affordable brand. Let me give another example. Let's say you have to choose between two options on how to spend your evening. One, you could go out to a restaurant to have a dinner, or two, you could stay home and watch a $15 DVD movie. Now, whatever you choose, there will be an opportunity cost. Let us say you chose to go out for dinner and did not choose to stay home and watch your $15 DVD movie. The opportunity cost for going to the restaurant was the DVD. Now you might be wondering, well, isn't it the $15 that you would have paid to watch the DVD movie? No. Opportunity cost is often not expressed in monetary terms. Therefore, here, your opportunity cost is the DVD, not the $15. Now, there are two types of opportunity cost, explicit and implicit. When discussing this, I'm going to talk in terms of firms, so larger companies. So for a firm, explicit costs would be the money that they're paying for a certain action. Let it be, for example, if a company is paying for transportation of their resources versus having their own transportation fleet, which they would pay lesser money to. So the opportunity cost here, if the firm chose an outside transportation company, would be the transportation fleet that they could have had of their own company. Now, why the concept of opportunity cost is important here is because companies need to understand which is the most beneficial decision. If a firm is looking to ensure that they are saving more money because they need to invest it in another sector, then having their own transportation fleet would be beneficial as it would cost less money. But then the opportunity cost for this would be having gone to an external transportation company. And then the second type of opportunity cost is implicit costs. Now, Implicit opportunity costs are ones that are not monetary. For example, let us say that we have a producer for brown bread, and he experiences an increase in demand for white bread. And it is much easier for this producer to now shift his resources from producing brown bread to white bread. Therefore, he does it, and now starts producing more white bread. So the opportunity cost for producing this white bread is producing lesser units or fewer units of brown bread. Now, there are some goods that are known as free goods, which don't have a price because they aren't scarce and don't need to be rationed. And these goods also don't have an opportunity cost. For example, air. You don't give up anything in order to breathe air, do you? No. Therefore, such goods don't have an opportunity cost. Now, let me summarize. Choice is deciding how to allocate your finite resources in order to meet your infinite number of needs and wants. And in today's video, I gave it in context of allocating finite incomes in order to meet finite needs and wants. And when doing so, you approach different alternatives between which you must make a choice. And this is where opportunity cost comes in. Opportunity cost is the next best alternative foregone when an economic decision is made. Now, there are two types of opportunity cost. One, there is explicit opportunity cost, which is where direct payment is involved. And two, implicit opportunity cost, where direct payment is not involved. Rather, it is focusing on the resources that are allocated. Because we have finite resources, not finite incomes in this situation. Now, there are also some types of goods known as free goods that don't have an opportunity cost. For example, air. Now, in my next video, I'm going to be talking about production possibility curves, and I'll be giving more examples on opportunity cost. So stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.